The final battle for Earth's fate raged across land, sea, air, and space. Dr. Elena Reeves and her team worked feverishly to complete the psychic disruptor, their last hope against the Zarkonian onslaught. In orbit, Captain Amara Okafor led a desperate defense, coordinating Earth's Ragdig fleet with their alien allies against the seemingly endless waves of Zarkonian warships. On the ground, General Stone directed a global resistance that embodied the very essence of human ingenuity and determination. Civilians fought alongside soldiers, using everything from repurposed farm equipment to hastily constructed energy weapons based on alien schematics. Zayn Malik and his cyber warfare team continued their digital dance, keeping the Zarkonian eye perpetually off balance. Their unpredictable algorithms bought precious time, but they knew it couldn't last forever. As the battle reached its crescendo, Elena's voice crackled over the global command network. "The disruptor is ready," she announced, her voice tense but determined. "But we need to get it to the heart of the Zarkonian fleet to maximize its effect." Without hesitation, Captain Okafor volunteered for the suicide mission. "The Defiant can get us there," she said grimly. "We'll make it count." As the HSS Defiant prepared for its final voyage, a surprise transmission came through. It was Ambassador Zirelian, her luminescent form flickering with urgency. "Humans of Earth," she said, "you have shown the galaxy the true meaning of courage. The full might of the Galactic Council is now at your disposal. Your homeworld will not fall this day." True to her word, reinforcements poured in from across the stars. Ships of a dozen alien races joined the fray, their advanced weapons tearing through the Zarkonian lines. This distraction gave Captain Okafor the opening she needed. The Defiant streaked towards the massive Zarkonian flagship, weaving through a maelstrom of energy beams and explosions. On board, Elena made last-minute adjustments to the disruptor, knowing that the fate of not just Earth, but potentially the entire galaxy, rested on its success. In a daring maneuver that would be remembered for generations, Captain Okafor piloted the Defiant directly into the hangar bay of the Zarkonian flagship. As boarding alarms blared, Elena activated the disruptor. A wave of invisible energy pulsed outward, rippling through space. For a moment, everything seemed to pause. Then, chaos erupted among the Zarkonian forces. Ships began to drift aimlessly, their crews suddenly cut off from the hive mind that had controlled them for millennia. On planets across the sector, Zarkonian ground forces fell into disarray. The psychic network that had bound their collective for countless generations was shattered, leaving individuals suddenly faced with true free will for the first time in their lives. As the Zarkonian threat crumbled, a cheer went up from the defenders of Earth. Against all odds, humanity had not only survived, but had dealt a decisive blow to one of the galaxy's greatest threats. In the days that followed, the full impact of their victory became clear. The Zarkonian collective, once thought invincible, was no more. Countless worlds that had lived under their oppressive rule were suddenly free. The galactic balance of power had shifted dramatically, and Earth found itself at the center of it all. Dr. Elena Reeves, General Stone, Captain Okafor, Zayn Malik, and countless other heroes of the war were hailed across the galaxy. But more importantly, humanity as a whole had proven itself. They had faced extinction and emerged stronger, showcasing resilience, innovation, and a spirit of cooperation that impressed even the most ancient of galactic civilizations. As the dust settled, Earth was granted full membership in the Galactic Council. Ambassador Zirelian, in a moving speech, praised humanity's contributions. "In their darkest hour, humans showed us the best of what sentient beings can be. Their creativity, their tenacity, their ability to unite in the face of overwhelming odds. These are qualities that will help shape a brighter future for all species." The epic war that had taken the Galactic Council by surprise had ended, but its impact would be felt for generations. Humanity, once isolated on a small blue planet, had become a beacon of hope and inspiration for the entire galaxy. As they looked to the stars, no longer with fear, but with wonder and excitement. The people of Earth knew that their greatest adventures were just beginning. The age of humanity had dawned, and the galaxy would never be the same. Humanity's daring counterattack. As the Zarkonian ultimatum neared its end, Earth's leaders made their choice. They would not surrender. Instead, they unveiled a bold plan born from Dr. Elena Reeves' discovery and humanity's indomitable spirit. General Stone stood before a room of the world's top scientists, engineers, and military strategists. "Operation Slingshot is a go," he announced, his voice steady despite the weight of billions of lives on his shoulders. "We have one shot at this. Let's make it count." The plan was audacious. Using Elena's insights into the aliens' exotic matter technology, Earth's brightest minds had worked around the clock to develop a countermeasure. They couldn't match the Zarkonians' firepower, but they could potentially disrupt it. As the deadline passed, the alien ships began to power up their weapons. But humanity struck first. From hidden bases around the globe, a barrage of specially modified missiles launched skyward. These weren't typical warheads. Each carried a payload designed to generate a specific frequency of electromagnetic pulse. The aliens, caught off guard by the sudden attack, found their energy weapons sputtering and failing as the pulses washed over their ships. It wasn't a permanent solution, but it bought Earth precious time. General Stone wasted no moment of it. "All units, engage," he ordered. Earth's remaining fighter jets and hastily retrofitted civilian aircraft swarmed into the skies. They were a ragtag fleet compared to the alien armada, but they fought with the desperation of those protecting their home. Dr. Elena Reeves watched from a fortified bunker, her heart racing, as she monitored the battle. Her theories were being put to the ultimate test. If she was wrong, humanity was doomed. In orbit, the crew of the International Space Station played their part. Commander Sarah Chen and her team had worked tirelessly to modify the station's systems based on Elena's research. As Zarkonian ships tried to regroup, the ISS unleashed a continuous stream of targeted electromagnetic interference, further scrambling the aliens' technology. On the ground, another phase of the plan unfolded. Teams of hackers, led by the brilliant but eccentric Zaim Malik, launched a multi-pronged cyber attack on the alien fleet. They had no idea if their code would be compatible with Zarkonian systems, but they had to try. To everyone's shock, they found a way in. The aliens, so advanced in some ways, had never encountered the chaotic creativity of human hackers. Zane and his team wreaked havoc, disabling ship after ship with viruses that spread like wildfire through the Zarkonian network. As the battle raged, General Stone received word of an incredible development. The Zarkonian command ship, momentarily vulnerable, had been boarded by a daring team of human special forces. Led by the unflappable Captain Amara Okafor, the team fought their way through alien corridors, determined to reach the ship's control center. Back on Earth, Elena worked feverishly to provide real-time analysis to both the fighters in the sky and the infiltration team. Every scrap of data could mean the difference between victory and annihilation. The entire planet held its breath as the conflict reached its crescendo. Humanity had thrown everything it had at the invaders, combining scientific insight, technological improvisation, and sheer courage in a desperate bid for survival. As the battle's outcome hung in the balance, one thing became clear. The Zarkonian collective had gravely underestimated the species they sought to conquer. Humanity wasn't just fighting for survival, they were fighting to show the galaxy that they were a force to be reckoned with. The war for Earth had only just begun, and its reverberations would soon be felt across the stars. Galactic ripples and unexpected allies. As the battle for Earth raged on, news of humanity's defiance spread across the galaxy like wildfire. The Galactic Council, a coalition of advanced alien civilizations, convened an emergency session. For centuries, they had watched the Zarkonian collective's unchecked expansion with growing unease. Now, an uncontacted species was doing what they had long feared to attempt. On the distant world of Xylox, Ambassador Ziralian of the Aetherian Republic argued passionately before the council. "We cannot stand idly by while the Zarkonians commit yet another atrocity," she declared, her luminescent skin pulsing with emotion. "These humans have shown incredible resourcefulness. They deserve our support." Not all were convinced. Grukthal, the stone-skinned representative of the Taraxi Imperium, growled his dissent. "Why risk our civilizations for a primitive species? Let the humans fall. It is the way of the universe." As the council debated, the situation on Earth grew dire. Despite their initial success, humanity's forces were stretched to the breaking point. General Stone coordinated a global defense from a mobile command center, knowing that if it fell, all could be lost. In orbit, Captain Amara Okafor and her team fought a running battle through the labyrinthine corridors of the Zarkonian command ship. They had suffered casualties, but failure was not an option. With guidance from Alina's research team, they pushed towards the ship's core. Meanwhile, Dr. Alina Reeves made a startling discovery. Analyzing captured Zarkonian technology, she realized their entire empire was built on stolen innovations. "They're not innovators," she explained to a stunned General Stone. "They're conquerors who assimilate the technology of other species. That's why our unpredictable tactics are working." This revelation reached the Galactic Council, tipping the scales of the debate. Ambassador Ziralian seized the moment. "The humans have exposed the Zarkonian facade," she declared. "We must act now, not just for Earth, but for all free species in the galaxy." In a historic decision, the Council voted to intervene. Across the stars, ships of a dozen alien races set course for Earth. Among them was a contingent of Aetherian scientists, eager to share their advanced shielding technology with humanity. Back on Earth, the human resistance received an unexpected transmiss. "Ion, people of Earth," came a melodious voice. "I am Ambassador Ziralian of the Galactic Council. Help is on the way. Your courage has inspired the galaxy. Hold fast." The message reinvigorated Earth's defenders. In cities around the world, civilians joined the fight, using improvised weapons and sheer determination to combat Zarkonian ground forces. The alien invaders, used to easy conquests, found themselves mired in chaotic urban warfare. High above, Zain Malik and his team of hackers achieved a major breakthrough. They managed to plant a virus in the Zarkonian fleet's navigation systems, causing several ships to collide in spectacular fashion. The sight of the invincible armada in disarray sent cheers through the human ranks. As the first Galactic Council ships arrived in the solar system, the Zarkonians found themselves caught between two forces. Captain Okafor and her team, battered but unbroken, finally reached the command ship's core. In a fierce firefight, they captured the Zarkonian admiral, Ekshur Khan the Merciless. With their command structure in chaos and reinforcements arriving to aid Earth, the Zarkonian fleet began to retreat. It was a moment that would be forever etched in human history. The day Earth stood its ground against the stars. But even as the immediate threat receded, new challenges loomed. Humanity now found itself thrust onto a galactic stage, surrounded by advanced alien civilizations. The war had been won, but the struggle to find humanity's place in a much larger universe was just beginning. Dr. Alina Reeves, General Stone, and the other heroes of Earth's defense would soon face diplomatic challenges as complex as any battle. The galaxy watched, waiting to see what this resourceful, unpredictable species would do next. Diplomacy among the stars. In the aftermath of the Zarkonian retreat, Earth found itself at the center of galactic attention. The arrival of the Galactic Council delegation brought a whirlwind of diplomatic activity, unlike anything humanity had ever experienced. Ambassador Ziralian of the Aetherians took the lead in facilitating Earth's introduction to the wider galactic community. Her grace and patience proved invaluable as humans grappled with the enormity of their new reality. Dr. Alina Reeves, recognized for her crucial role in Earth's defense, was appointed as humanity's chief scientific liaison. She worked tirelessly to bridge the gap between human and alien technologies, her mind alight with the possibilities of interstellar cooperation. The key to our survival, Alina explained to a panel of world leaders, is to learn as much as we can, as quickly as we can. But we must also be cautious. We can't simply adopt alien tech wholesale. We need to understand it, adapt it, make it our own. General Marcus Stone, for his part, found himself in the unfamiliar role of diplomat. His blunt honesty and strategic mind earned him respect among the more militant species of the Galactic Council. "We may be new to the galactic stage," he often said, "but we've proven we can hold our own. We come in peace, but we're always ready to defend ourselves." As Earth's representatives worked to secure their planet's standing, they faced numerous challenges. Some council species viewed humans as primitive upstarts, unworthy of a seat at the galactic table. Others saw potential in humanity's resourcefulness and sought to forge alliances. The captured Zarkonian admiral, Shurkan the Merciless, became a valuable source of intelligence. Captain Amara Okafor, now heading Earth's nascent interstellar defense force, led the interrogations. Through careful questioning and psychological insight, she uncovered the full extent of the Zarkonian Empire and its vulnerabilities. Meanwhile, Zain Malik and his team of hackers were tasked with developing Earth's cybersecurity protocols. Their unorthodox methods, which had proven so effective against the Zarkonians, now needed to be refined and formalized to protect against a galaxy of potential threats. "We're not just securing computer systems anymore," Zain explained to a group of wide-eyed government officials. "We're safeguarding the entire planet's data. One wrong move, and we could lose everything to some alien script kiddie with tech 1,000 years ahead of ours." As Earth adapted to its new reality, the Galactic Council grappled with the repercussions of humanity's dramatic entrance onto the cosmic stage. The Zarkonian collective, long feared, had been exposed as vulnerable. Power dynamics that had held for millennia were suddenly in flux. Ambassador Ziralian advocated for Earth's full inclusion in galactic affairs. "The humans have shown us the value of diversity," she argued before the council. "Their unique perspective could be the key to solving problems that have plagued us for eons." Not all were convinced. The Taraxi representative, Grukthal, remained skeptical. "They are untested, unpredictable," he rumbled. "How can we trust them with the secrets of the galaxy?" The debate raged on, but Earth was not content to wait for the Council's decision. Under the guidance of their newfound allies, humans began to take their first tentative steps into the cosmic community. Scientific exchanges flourish, with researchers from a dozen worlds flocking to Earth to study its unique biosphere. In return, human scientists ventured to alien worlds, their minds exploding with new knowledge and possibilities. Trade negotiations began, with Earth's diverse cultures and arts proving surprisingly valuable in galactic markets. Human music, in particular, became a sensation among several species, sparking a cultural exchange that transcended linguistic barriers. As humanity found its footing among the stars, they faced a crucial decision. Would they remain focused on their own world, or embrace their new role as citizens of a vast, complex galaxy? The choices made in these early days would shape not only Earth's future but potentially the fate of countless worlds across the cosmos. The epic war that had taken the Galactic Council by surprise had ended, but humanity's greatest adventures were just beginning. The Zarkonian Resurgence. As Earth settled into its newfound place in the galactic community, a shadow loomed on the horizon. The Zarkonian collective, though bloodied, was far from defeated. In the depths of their empire, they plotted revenge. Dr. Alina Reeves, now head of Earth's Xenotechnology Integration Program, received an urgent message from her Aetherian colleagues. "Alina." Ambassador Ziralian's hologram flickered with concern. "Our long-range sensors have detected unusual activity in Zarkonian space. We fear they're mobilizing for a major offensive." Alina immediately convened an emergency meeting with General Stone and the other leaders of Earth's defense. "The Zarkonians are adaptive," she warned. They've had time to study our tactics and technology. We need to be prepared for anything." General Stone nodded grimly. "We've come too far to let them catch us off guard again." "Captain Okafor, what have you learned from the prisoner?" Captain Amara Okafor, who had been working tirelessly to extract information from Admiral Xurkan, stepped forward. "Sir, the Admiral has been resistant, but we've gleaned some crucial intel. The Zarkonians operate on a strict hierarchy. With their main fleet decimated, there's been infighting among their leadership. They're desperate to reassert their dominance. As Earth's leaders strategized, Zayn Malik and his cyber warfare team made a startling discovery. We've detected traces of Zarkonian code in our deep space communications network," Zayn reported, his usual joviality replaced by serious concern. "They've been eavesdropping on us, possibly for weeks." The news sent shockwaves through the human and alien alliance. The Zarkonians had shown a level of subtlety previously thought beyond them. It was clear they were evolving, adapting to the new challenges posed by humanity and their allies. As tensions mounted, Earth's fledgling space fleet, a mix of retrofitted human vessels and gifted alien technology, was put on high alert. Captain Okafor took command of the flagship, the HSS Defiant, a testament to human-alien cooperation in ship design. The wait for Zarkonian retaliation was nerve-wracking. Days stretched into weeks, with only ghostly signals and disturbing rumors filtering through the vast reaches of space. Then, without warning, the attack came. But it wasn't the full frontal assault everyone had expected. Instead, the Zarkonians struck with insidious precision. Vital communications relays across the sector went dark. Planetary defense systems on frontier worlds suddenly failed. And on Earth itself, key infrastructure began to malfunction in ways that defied explanation. "It's not just a cyber attack," Zayn realized with mounting horror. "They've weaponized our own technology against us. Everything we've learned and integrated since the first invasion. They'd found a way to turn it all into a vulnerability." As chaos spread, the true extent of the Zarkonian plan became clear. They had sacrificed their initial invasion force to lull Earth and its allies into a false sense of security. All the while, they had been meticulously studying, probing, and preparing for this moment. Earth now faced a threat more insidious than brute force. The Zarkonians were waging a war of subversion, turning the very advancements that had propelled humanity to the stars into tools of destruction. Dr. Alina Reeves worked feverishly with her team to understand and counter the Zarkonian infiltration. "We need to go back to basics," she declared. "Strip everything down to its core and rebuild from scratch if we have to." As the crisis deepened, Earth's leaders realized they were in a race against time. They had to find a way to purge the Zarkonian influence from their systems before the alien collective could press their advantage and launch a full-scale invasion. The fate of not just Earth, but the entire sector, hung in the balance. The ingenuity and determination that had saved humanity once before would be tested like never before. The true war for survival had only just begun. Humanity's finest hour. As the Zarkonian cyber assault threatened to overwhelm Earth and its allies, humanity faced its greatest challenge yet. The very technology that had propelled them into the galactic community now teetered on the brink of becoming their downfall. But in this darkest hour, the human spirit shone brightest. Dr. Alina Reeves, working around the clock with a diverse team of human and alien experts, had an epiphany. "We've been looking at this all wrong," she announced to the exhausted group. "We can't just defend against their attacks. We need to use our greatest strength, our unpredictability." Her plan was audacious. Instead of trying to purge Zarkonian influence from their systems, they would embrace it, but on their own terms. Alina proposed creating a controlled chaos within Earth's networks, a constantly shifting digital landscape that would confuse and misdirect the Zarkonian algorithms. Zayn Malik and his cyber warfare team jumped at the idea. "It's like creating a digital jazz improvisation," Zayn explained, his eyes alight with excitement. "We'll establish a basic framework, but allow for constant variation and spontaneity. The Zarkonians won't be able to predict our moves because we won't even know them ourselves until the moment they happen. As Zane's team worked to implement this radical new defense, Captain Amara Okafor led a daring mission into Zarkonian space. Her objective was to locate and disable the command center coordinating the cyber attacks. The HSS Defiant, cloaked with the latest Aetherian stealth technology, slipped past Zarkonian patrols, its crew knowing that discovery would mean certain death. Back on Earth, General Stone coordinated a global effort to prepare for the inevitable physical invasion. The cyber attack is just the prelude, he warned world leaders. We need to be ready for when they come in force. Civilians worldwide were mobilized in an unprecedented show of unity. People from all walks of life contributed their unique skills and perspectives to the war effort. Artists created propaganda that boosted morale and confused Zarkonian cultural analysts. Gamers used their strategic thinking to help military planners anticipate alien tactics. Even children played a role, their imaginative solutions to problems often providing the spark for breakthrough innovations. As Earth rallied, their allies in the Galactic Council faced their own crisis. The Zarkonian attack had exposed vulnerabilities across the sector. Ambassador Zirelian worked tirelessly to coordinate the multi-species response, often citing humanity's resilience as an inspiration to other worlds. The turning point came when Captain Okafor's team, against all odds, succeeded in their mission. They not only disabled the Zarkonian command center, but also extracted crucial data on the collective's battle plans. As they made their harrowing escape, Okafor transmitted the intelligence back to Earth. Armed with this information, and bolstered by the success of Elena and Zane's adaptive defense system, humanity and its allies launched a coordinated counteroffensive. The Zarkonians, their carefully laid plans now in shambles, found themselves outmaneuvered at every turn. In a final, desperate gambit, the Zarkonian High Command launched a massive assault on Earth itself. But they were met with a defense that defied all their predictions. Swarms of repurposed civilian drones darted among their ships, jamming sensors and disrupting formations. Ground-based weapons, hastily constructed using a mix of human ingenuity and alien technology, struck with surprising accuracy. As the battle raged, Dr. Elena Reeves made a fateful discovery. Analyzing the data from Captain Okafor's mission, she realized the Zarkonian collective was held together by a complex psychic network. If we can disrupt it, she explained to General Stone, their entire empire could crumble. In the skies above Earth, as Zarkonian ships clashed with the combined fleets of humanity and their allies, Elena's team raced to develop a device that could shatter the psychic bond holding the invaders together. It was a long shot, but it was the best hope for not just defeating this invasion, but ending the Zarkonian threat once and for all. As the fate of Earth and the galaxy hung in the balance, humanity prepared to take its greatest gamble yet. The epic war that had begun with a surprise attack on an unsuspecting planet was about to reach its stunning conclusion. A new dawn for the galaxy. The final battle for Earth's fate raged across land, sea, air, and space. Dr. Elena Reeves and her team worked feverishly to complete the psychic disruptor, their last hope against the Zarkonian onslaught. In orbit, Captain Amara Okafor led a desperate defense, coordinating Earth's Ragdig fleet with their alien allies against the seemingly endless waves of Zarkonian warships. On the ground, General Stone directed a global resistance that embodied the very essence of human ingenuity and determination. Civilians fought alongside soldiers, using everything from repurposed farm equipment to hastily constructed energy weapons based on alien schematics. Zayn Malik and his cyber warfare team continued their digital dance, keeping the Zarkonian eye perpetually off balance. Their unpredictable algorithms bought precious time, but they knew it couldn't last forever. As the battle reached its crescendo, Elena's voice crackled over the global command network. "The disruptor is ready," she announced, her voice tense but determined. "But we need to get it to the heart of the Zarkonian fleet to maximize its effect." Without hesitation, Captain Okafor volunteered for the suicide mission. "The Defiant can get us there," she said grimly. "We'll make it count." As the HSS Defiant prepared for its final voyage, a surprise transmission came through. It was Ambassador Zirelian, her luminescent form flickering with urgency. "Humans of Earth," she said, "you have shown the galaxy the true meaning of courage. The full might of the Galactic Council is now at your disposal. Your homeworld will not fall this day." True to her word, reinforcements poured in from across the stars. Ships of a dozen alien races joined the fray, their advanced weapons tearing through the Zarkonian lines. This distraction gave Captain Okafor the opening she needed. The Defiant streaked towards the massive Zarkonian flagship, weaving through a maelstrom of energy beams and explosions. On board, Elena made last-minute adjustments to the disruptor, knowing that the fate of not just Earth, but potentially the entire galaxy, rested on its success. In a daring maneuver that would be remembered for generations, Captain Okafor piloted the Defiant directly into the hangar bay of the Zarkonian flagship. As boarding alarms blared, Elena activated the disruptor. A wave of invisible energy pulsed outward, rippling through space. For a moment, everything seemed to pause. Then, chaos erupted among the Zarkonian forces. Ships began to drift aimlessly, their crews suddenly cut off from the hive mind that had controlled them for millennia. On planets across the sector, Zarkonian ground forces fell into disarray. The psychic network that had bound their collective for countless generations was shattered, leaving individuals suddenly faced with true free will for the first time in their lives. As the Zarkonian threat crumbled, a cheer went up from the defenders of Earth. Against all odds, humanity had not only survived, but had dealt a decisive blow to one of the galaxy's greatest threats. In the days that followed, the full impact of their victory became clear. The Zarkonian collective, once thought invincible, was no more. Countless worlds that had lived under their oppressive rule were suddenly free. The galactic balance of power had shifted dramatically, and Earth found itself at the center of it all. Dr. Elena Reeves, General Stone, Captain Okafor, Zayn Malik, and countless other heroes of the war were hailed across the galaxy. But more importantly, humanity as a whole had proven itself. They had faced extinction and emerged stronger, showcasing resilience, innovation, and a spirit of cooperation that impressed even the most ancient of galactic civilizations. As the dust settled, Earth was granted full membership in the Galactic Council. Ambassador Zirelian, in a moving speech, praised humanity's contributions. "In their darkest hour, humans showed us the best of what sentient beings can be. Their creativity, their tenacity, their ability to unite in the face of overwhelming odds. These are qualities that will help shape a brighter future for all species." The epic war that had taken the Galactic Council by surprise had ended, but its impact would be felt for generations. Humanity, once isolated on a small blue planet, had become a beacon of hope and inspiration for the entire galaxy. As they looked to the stars, no longer with fear but with wonder and excitement, the people of Earth knew that their greatest adventures were just beginning. The age of humanity had dawned, and the galaxy would never be the same.